Following is a North Platte Post sports presentation. It's time for North Platte High Volleyball on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM and video live stream at northplattepost.com. Bulldog Volleyball, brought to you in part by Shelter Insurance, the Shelter Boys, Pete Bowles and Brent Rogo, Dave's Place and CT Troubleshooters, Another Round in River's Edge Golf Course, Premier Toyota, and Sand Hills State Bank. Today's game also brought to you in part by Larry's Glass, the D&N Event Center, Great Plains Health, Great Plains Home Care, Larry's RV, Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, and the North Platte Public Schools. Now let's take you to the Gem with play-by-play voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome everybody into Kearney High School for the Kearney Invitational Game 2 for the Bulldogs as they are taking on Millard West. The Wildcats coming out of Millard West Bulldogs. Fortunately, 0-1 to start this tournament. They fell to Lincoln Southeast just, I'd say about 2 hours ago at 9 o'clock. 2-0, 25-20 and 25-22. We'll be getting started here in about 4 minutes, so when we come back, we'll give you more of our quick stop pregame right here, FM 98.1 AM 1410 and live streaming, northplattepost.com.
Let your friends at the UPS store help you out. You name it, the UPS store can handle it. It's a full printing store with custom printing, laminating, and personalized calendars. And the UPS store helps make document destruction easy. When it comes to office supplies, printing, packaging, shipping, incoming mail, and shredding, it's all in one place. Come see Melissa and her crew and let them handle it all for you. South of Walmart in North Platte.
Planning a special event, whether it be a wedding, concert, sporting event, convention, or anything else, the D&N Event Center can handle it all. The D&N Event Center is the biggest event center in North Platte. This building is perfectly suited for anything from small gatherings to major events. Rent just one small room or book the entire facility. The choices are endless at the D&N Event Center, your home for exciting events, special moments, and precious memories. Call today to make your reservation at 534-0255.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
It's a stampede. Snorting bulls, piercing horns, and twisting bronco busting action. It's all charging into the Wild West Arena, September 16th and 17th, and you don't want to miss the ride. The Mid-Plains Community College Stampede. The best cowboys and cowgirls in the Great Plains, competing against the best stock the industry has to offer in two frenzied performances. Action begins at 7 p.m. each night. Tickets are $10 at the gate. It's the Mid-Plains Community College Stampede. Let's ride.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. Quick Stop.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, I muted myself there. Whoopsies. Welcome back, everybody, to Kearney High School for the Kearney Invitational. Bulldogs falling, unfortunately, game number 1 against Lincoln Southeast a couple of hours ago. They're 0-1. They fell 25-20, 25-22. Bulldogs looking, though, to rebound against Millard West, and this time for our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. The starting lineup brought to you by Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte. Double Dips offers 24+ different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips also offers homemade waffle cones along with homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. Plus, they also have available the ice cream trailer for outdoor events. Starting on the side of Miller North, Cecil Ahrens, Sierra Pocarol, Corin Reidel, Taya Thaden, Kaylin Pribble, Mackenzie Smith, Lauren Jones, Evan Glade, Camille Renkin, Skylar Walters, Lainey Baker, and Elena Bankston. Then on the side of your Bulldogs, as always, Brooklyn Ayers, as well as Kylie Tilford, Addison Euling, Abby Kaminsky, Mickey Madison, Grace Ryland, Trinity Vack, Hallie Hamilton, Kaylee McLean, Ellie Blakely, Easy Belgium, Carly Purdy, and then Kaylee Barocious. We'll take a break real quick. We come back. We'll give you the starting game of here between Millard West as well as North Platte High School Bulldogs.
lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
Not sure where to find your students' grades? How about events or news about your student's school? Well, at North Platte Public Schools, we have an app for that. Downloading the app is free and easy. Simply visit your app store and search for North Platte School District. Once it's downloaded, you can adjust the settings to meet your needs. Next time you need to know what's on the lunch menu or review the school announcements, remember, we have an app for that. We are NPPS. Come grow with us.
Welcome back, everybody. It is time for some Bulldog volleyball as the Bulldogs will be taking on the Wildcats coming up Millard West here in game number 2. Bulldogs fell game number 1 to Lincoln Southeast in 2 straight sets, looking to bounce back and make it at least go 1-1. So when they go into that last game, the potential championship game afterwards, they look like on a much better note. Scott, we saw in game number 1 against Lincoln Southeast. Rough first set, though, bounce back in the second set. They had a couple hours off. What are you looking for here in game number 2 for the Bulldogs to turn it around and go 1-1?
Yeah, obviously got to get off to a much quicker start than we saw them get off to in the first set of the first game. They came around at the end of that set, or at least midway through, a little past midway point maybe, and then looked much better in the second set. So hopefully they got some time to talk about it, think about it, regroup, get some protein in their system, and out here ready to spend some energy.
Let's go out here ready. Game number 2, again, game number 3 around 2 o'clock, but it's looking more like 3 maybe for that last game for the Bulldogs. Well, or maybe not the last game, as, again, Kearney Invitational teams will go into kind of like a championship to see who wins the group. And that'll be it. So up here to serve first for the Bulldogs, Trinity Vack. Trinity Vack will be here. She'll serve off first and gets it on over. And set up on the side of the Wildcats. Big spike down as it bounces off the hands of Trinity Vack. That one with the monster slam was going to come in from Skylar Walters, the senior. Lined it up perfectly in the middle and just bounced off of Vack's arm. First points go towards side of the Wildcats as Scott was having some fun with our scoreboard. That serve coming in on the side of Poke Harrell as there goes Carly Purdy trying to get one in, but couldn't do so. And unfortunately, it cost the Bulldogs as on the other side, that one from Evan Glad on the far left side. Just powered one over the net. It actually bounced off the top of the net and came off awkwardly, so no Bulldog was able to pick it up. So it's 2-0 the lead here for Millard West Wildcats early in this game. Scott's ready to rock and roll now.
Fighting technology.
And out on the far side comes down with that Mickey Madison, but Wildcats able to recover. They had to slightly put it over Hamilton. Far side, Purdy coming in. It was almost a Purdy good shot. See what I did there? That was a good one. That was pretty good. But unfortunately,
I'm sure that's never been done before. Either their dad Ryan or their brother Elliot. I'm sure no one's ever
said something like that. That went too far to the out of bounds.
It was good.
It was 3-0. I just gotta, They got some people coming to Scott.
Oh my gosh, that freaked me out. I was like, hold on. Number one, how am I suddenly surrounded by people? Number two, who's laughing? And
as the first points go to the Bulldogs,
you can't
as
do
it
that
fell
to
out
me.
of bounds 3-1. Scott's learning the new technologies of this board. We've never used it before.
I never knew you actually had it
I
programmed.
had a laugh track program and he wasn't ready. So Hallie Hamilton.
Do you have a plot like crowd?
Yeah, it's got a whole. I'll show you the rest. The whole kabang is there. It's Purdy with the block. The set from Hamilton. Purdy once more going through it, and she finds the gap on that far side. There she is, Carly Purdy. Getting another point for the Bulldogs. It's 3-2 now. Hallie Hamilton still serving. Bulldogs, again, much better start here to this game. Keeping it competitive, as unfortunately I say that, and out the back it goes from Hamilton. So 4-2 now, and some substitutions coming in. Aarons will come in, as well as Camille Renkin.
Okay, that's right. I have to keep the
You've got to keep the score up
you
here.
know, I had to get the Lady Bulldogs their TikTok. I know Bulldog Nation has been waiting for it. I do it for football and Knights volleyball, and they're like, hey, where's our TikTok?
Where's our TikTok? Oh, and that one just bounces off of the hands of Carly Purdy. Just a bit too high, and she was looking to set it, and it just rolled right past. So another free point for the Wildcats coming from Millard West. 5-2 is the lead. Here's set number one, game two between these two teams.
Those balls coming at you kind of above the midline, just hard again.
Between Purdy as well as Ewing. And because of that, 6-2 now. Scott's over here is
in
just
the world.
Because Scott is like a cat sometimes, right? But
it's just whatever.
As it's going to bounce off the net and just
obviously Bulldog alum here.
Your side spike coming in and block.
Izzy Belgium there. Also, I think it was
Millard West just couldn't get anything going offensively. They were able to get it over. Attack on the far side. That one by Glade, but for Millard West, awkward setup that's just going to fall far out of the zone.
Really had to get under it just to get it up.
Evan Glade. Glade gets a nice one to the back, but a weak spike from Camille Renkin. And because of that, another point for the Bulldogs. And also coming out, Bulldogs trail by one here in set one, 7-6. And unfortunately, 5. Bulldogs looking to make this Kearney tournament kind of like the
people standing around me laughing. It's just
the weather could play a part. It's pretty cloudy and just has to get over from air. But Purdy's there to stop it far. And that's a point for North Platte. 8-7 now. Still keeping it close.
Rallies, those longer rallies going. Somebody's got to make the mistake. Let it be the other.
Now the Bulldogs will set up near side. That one's tipped to the front. Tilford there to Spike has to chuck it on over and does so successfully. In the middle, far side Spike. That one going to go out. That one just out the back. That one with some immense power coming.
Battling.
And a timeout has to be called on the side of Millard West as it's now.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes is possible.
In the team by calling 308-568-7452
from Willow Creek Embroidery. Willow Creek Embroidery. Customize literally anything, and they are not just 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys.
As that serve is going to go out, check-ins have come in. Kaylee Tilford.
Understandable. That's what I'm here for.
Serve coming in on the side, though, of Walters will fall. Carly Purdy.
Yeah. Man, I'm sorry. Apologize. I don't have Carl here to yell at me for...
Off of Bankston and out of bounds, so that's a point for the Bulldogs back on the board. Now 10-9 is...
Point, got on top of it, elbow up, snap the arm through. Perfect.
Perfect. And the point then will go their way, so it's now 10-9. Oh, bad set. Went up to our level outside the door.
Got to be we got to be approaching. Did we miss the 1,000?
We might. We're talking. There is a sign, and we probably did at some point. As Bankston again with the tip, and that one gonna fall in. A good effort. Kamenski really trying to get there, just not in time. So with that, a point goes the way of Millard West, and that means now Bankston's up to serve. Early bounce off of Kylie Tilford. Off of her arm, and because of that, or excuse me, not well, I need to go to the doctor at some point.
As I got your back.
Awkwardly bounced off, and because of that, it's now 12-10 for the Wildcats as Carly Purdy just squeaking it. Now coming up to serve comes Trinity Vack. Bulldogs only trail by 1. And much closer now. As it got both North Platte defenders to jump. That one going to be Vac as well, and just fell right in the middle for a point. To the Madison Ewling's arm, back towards the backstop. Now it's 14-11. The lead quickly ballooning from 1 now to 3. A point back towards the Bulldogs. Just like that, flip-flops the other way.
Dogs needed that side out. Got a little help.
Checking back. That's a good one, but it's just going to fall barely out on the near side Lincoln. Out goes Skylar Waters as well as Kaylin Perbill. Fly out the back just like Scott's going to fly out the back of the car by the end of today. Cecil. I mean, it spelled like it. What do you want me?
2022, man. I'm not judging.
It spelled like that. I can't do anything about it.
I mean, I know. Broadcasters make up names.
As that one bounces off. Glade to serve for Millard West. Tapping it is Ewing, but it's going to hit. Oh, boy.
Yeah, just pushed way too far.
17-13 now for the Wildcats. Another one from Glade. Good power one. Ewing in her own net. 17-14. Checking in also for the Bulldogs. Going to be Kaylee Brocious as well as Abby Kaminsky. And the lead for Millard West. 15-14. Again,
As you talk to, he'll say, hey, I want to serve her.
You're not a coach. That one is tipped in on the side of Rankin, but Millard West will now set up far side. Banks it to the Wildcats. 19-14 now.
Yeah, it's just put in a perfect spot. Good effort as you.
Hamilton will receive it. Purdy sets near side. That would be Brocious. Tucson now 20-14.
I think Brocious just on her way up kind of caught the net a little bit with her elbow.
And with that, a timeout is called on the side of the...
Hi, this is Lori from Double Dip. After school for your ice cream, treat, or a boba drink. We now have all of our flavors back in stock. Of North Platte, Nebraska.
Come on in. Pick out the carpet or flooring you like and leave the rest to them. They'll take you from, oh my, I need it, on KWOQ North Platte 1410 AM and FM 98.1.1.
As if...
I'm sorry.
Poor guy. Bulldogs now serving as that one's pushed in by Izzy Belgium. And then on the back line.
Clear the sponsor.
So it's 20-16 now for North Platte as Belgium up to serve once again. A soft one, but picked up 2 Bulldog defenders. I believe that one's going to be Kylie Tilford there, who had bounced off of out of bounds. So a point towards the Wildcats. 20.
As you call, block in place. Just great use.
Set. Middle set from that one for Brocious. Good save. Porco, and then a big spike in the middle to spike it down home, and she's able to get that point across. 22-16.
Height advantage in the middle as well. They're using that a lot.
We talked about miscommunication woes afoot, and with that, another timeout has to be called by Clancy. 98.1 AM 1410 and live streaming as always.
Get to Dave's Place.
At 1510 East 4th, daily specials too. Call in an order at 53.
Kearney High School for the Kearney. Save from Polk Carroll.
Attack for Millard North, and the Dogs just not able to get a good block.
Bulldogs. That's Nora Weir. Got to stop. Elena Banks in the way. Oh, Kylie Tilford up to serve. Received in the back line. Set. Near side. That number 1. 25-17. It was looking good at the start, Scott, but again, some...
in communication or no communication. Things that looked like it was good, and Millard North answered them, and so got to find a way to snag that confidence, grab that.
Sandhills State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers, families, entrepreneurs. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhills State Bank is here to help. Together, Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC.
Planning a special event, whether it be a wedding, concert, sporting event, convention, or anything else, the DNN's to major events. Rent just one small room or book the entire facility. The choices are endless at 0255.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda needs aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Road in North Platte and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Platte as Bulldogs fell 25-17. A little small.
North, and they're very fast on the front line. And
preparing myself for this joke that's coming, so get ready. Millard West is banking on Elena.
Send you a rim shot. I have several.
He's got several rim shots.
Well, I need them all the time on my radio.
for Wild. My gosh, almost didn't go their way, but able to recover as the ball bounced into the net. Far side is Purdy. A good block, though, from Port Carroll on the back line to save. Oh, and there is Ewing who gets it hit. The Purdy. Oh, and there's two ends up with just straight up defensive recoveries, and that's how it ends on a self-inflicted error.
Big long rally in it.
Your side set in the middle. There goes Madison. Good save from Carroll, and on the far side now. And this is what you want to see, specifically in game number 2, just more competitiveness. Again, all the talk has been about, no pun intended, talking on the stuff coming on the front side by Walters. And almost tried to do it again. Oh, it's going to be saved by Miller North. No, it's not. On the floor, Kaylin Prebill won, and now here come the Bulldogs. Deep serve coming in on the side of Trinity Vac. And then on the front side, though, Lainey Baker converts Wildcats, and that ends essentially their serve up front as Cecile Ahrens will now check in.
Thank you, Pat.
Now far side, Masson just has to push it on over, and will get so successfully. That one a surprise! And then just pushed it over, and there was no Bulldog in the vicinity to catch it. Now 4-1.
Yeah, again, we saw it in the first set. Miller
tipped and nobody there. Lainey Baker stuffing the point of attack into a wide open. I want to say it looks like the wheels are falling apart.
That right now. Yeah, they've been playing some good volleyball. And again, that placement's to me here. What the heck? So Dogs just, I think, need something big.
For the Bulldogs, they're going to look for her to do it again. That one has to, though, be get across by... So, again, one of those things where it just seems like no matter what they do, like Morgan Ramsey on Wednesday, no matter what she did, she just couldn't seem to get luck to go her way. And then in this game, same thing's happening as that serve goes right past Kylie Tilford. Bulldogs did trail again 10 to Lincoln Southeast in game number 1, able to bounce back. So they can have the ability, once they get it all tethered together, to do so. Far side, Purdy now. That was pretty good, and it gets in there for a point for the Bulldogs. Set. There you go, point for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, she's definitely one you look to when you need to get yourself out of a jam, get a side out, and a great time to go to Carly, and she executes.
Hamilton to turn a little bit. I don't want to jinx it too early, but the luck starting to, the confidence is most importantly about this. It's great serves from Hallie Hamilton. 7. The serves, really what turned the game around in the moment. Though, Dana Bankston on the far side, but then in the middle, they're able to do so. Now up 4 as that serve just barely gets across from Glade. And Purdy has to just barely tap it on over. It looked a little off kilter and wasn't what she was wanting to do, but it found the side.
Low and outside, just a bit outside. But great job by Carly to get that over, keep it alive, and hey, got a point.
Kind of alleviates some pressure at the moment as she's not in the front line. Purdy receives it. Point to the Wildcats, 10-5.
Say, man, they're just executing.
And further back from the net to get any production as that one's towering. That front 3 is for Millard West. It feels like the Bulldogs, no matter what combination they try, pressure points on that defense to make them move around.
Serve yet.
I guess, nope, she did not. So with that, we'll get another opportunity here. Get locked in for this one, and she does so. Bankston gets it. Now they might be setting up for Bank. Back, you hesitate just a little bit, and then you just come in. Light tapper, stretched hands of Kaylee Brocious. A point for the Wild. Would you say that hole's there because of overextension?
Up or they're going to go deep on.
No good, so now Millard West sets up Bankston to help recover, and now it's 12-7.
Yeah, one of those situations, if you had eyes in the back of your head, you could have seen Abby Kaminsky right there ready to play it, but just trying to keep it alive.
Did exactly what went against her with Bankston, and now got a point for the Bulldogs, and up to serve now Izzy Belgium. Just love to see that type of turnaround. You're going for, though, 12-8, as Belgium gets a good serve all the way to the back line to Rydell. The set, middle spike, that will just find the mark. That one snuck in, 13-8.
Finding it. Once again, just finding those little holes in the Dogs' defense. Dogs playing good defense. Just finding those gaps.
And that's what makes executing on them much better. Bankston will get the set on the side of the Bulldogs, and that's near side, but Purdy's there to stop it. One from Pribble to serve. Thrown over by McKenzie. Wow! Some good defensive rotations from the Wildcats, but when you get all out of sorts, sometimes you just, no matter how great you play to recover, one small miss, 13-9 the lead for the Wildcats. Tilford Gets it to Carroll in the back. Far set on over to Glade. Game long. That quick second hit turnaround, but she just hit it a bit too far out the back.
This ball in play. And that
almost had it. Not the wrong idea. Not the wrong idea. Good awareness on the side of Kaminsky to keep it alive. Picked up by Carroll, and then a perfect defense from the Bulldogs. Couldn't ask for really anything better. Just as here comes Sierra Carroll. All right, Nora Weir.
Right idea. Saw that open.
From someone as young as Weir.
For sure.
But tipped to the front, so now here comes the side of the Wildcats to turn it around. But now the Bulldogs best two, but we'll have a timeout on the court. We come back, more action here. FM.
For life's what ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmers insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
God, I am so hungry, but the game is on.
Well, you big lug, get off the couch and get to Dave's Place Pizza and Wings to watch and...
Quintessential place to watch the game and fill your belly. Massive or not, pizzas, wings, calzones, and even great meals for the kiddos. Daily specials, too. Call in an order at 532-3922 or order online at daysplacenp.com. DoorDash available, too.
Tonight, the Millard West advantage over North Platte. And still up to serve Sierra Carroll, and it's been Sierra Carroll for some time now.
Yeah, it has.
And yeah, she has been on a run. On the side of Millard West, as there's Carly Purdy coming in with the heater, but blocked to the. Now 18-9, 9-point advantage. Bulldogs trailed by 10 in the first game against Lincoln Southeast, but now really looking to get it across as that third hit out this gymnasium as they have these nets at the top.
Right.
So it would have gotten over perfectly fine, but because the nets hang so low.
They're there to catch balls. They don't lower. They look like they're there strictly to catch ball. Why would you want the balls not to come down?
You know, also true. Understand. That's a good point. But at the same time, it caught...
2 courts.
Good point. Now for basketball.
Or volleyball, you could run 2 courts. Go.
And just as we were talking about that, unfortunately, a point fell the way of Millard West. Coming in on the far side, Kaylin play. So 20-10 now. 10 points has been kind of like the turnaround point. A little more, I won't say terrible, but a little more daunting.
Not really.
Far side, though, there's you. Got back to the North Platte side of the court. Spike following the way this game. And that kind of just happened.
Wide open, then all you have to do is catch it.
So Bankston time would have gone way out. So either which way would have been a point for Millard West. 22-10. The Wheels are talked about earlier in the day how this was such a daunting group. Millard West as well. And on over to Madison, who just tips it up. But now another side. Here comes the attack from the Wildcats, but blocked at the point of attack. That run by you. Where we sit for the Bulldogs. They'll get a chance to serve. 22-11, but this is where things start to turn around. Hamilton saves it and pushed over by Ewing. Good defensive effort from Hamilton, and then saved once more. Hamilton will try to get it across. Maybe North Platte will finally get an offensive stretch to get in. Back to all game long. It's been great defense from the Bulldogs, but Millard West just finding this. And then Hamilton save it, but unfortunately Ryland couldn't get it over.
Again, I think just concentration, just Dogs not the confidence you can tell isn't fully with them over there. And
bump from Ryland, so another point towards the Wildcats now 24-12 on the side. Hamilton will receive it in the back line. Set up. Again, 2 sets, 25-12. This was probably little mechanical mistakes happen that allowed going to go the way of the Wildcats. And now we take a break. We'll come back. It's going to be our quick main game, North Platte Post.
It's only locally owned and operated. We offer delivery and installation on all the Whirlpool appliances. We service what we sell.
Sure, there's lots of Class A driving jet Platte fleet. The top 50% of drivers average over $2,000 comp.
Has decades of experience from small window jobs at your window and trying to figure out if it's glass or if it's plastic. Larry's Glass Experience. Find it at Larry's Glass in North Platte.
CT Computer Services of North Platte probably needs a tune-up. Take it to Services of North Platte sells both new and refurbished desktops and laptops. See your Auto Center.
You're listening to Bulldog Out.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop.
Kearney High School Bulldogs fall to East is 1-1 game after the conclusion of not this game. 5-17 and then 25-12 is how the game went. Scott, tough play between either side. It just...
Yep, let me turn my mic on before I talk. Man, I'll tell you what, which I think early on you had all the way across. Not speed of the Millard West attack. It was hard for them to get their block established.
Again, and we talked about how this group is just going to be so difficult because Millard West 8-5, Lincoln Southeast really good. Bulldogs 3-5, really looking to establish some good experience. Bulldogs love to just attack the front lines. If it's a smaller opponent, as we saw in some instances against Lincoln Southeast, against Millard West, it was just so difficult because if you're not able to get anything going off it,
be ashamed. And, like Setter's got so many every time.
And then it also doesn't really play, but also if you're Clancy Hammond, try to examine and they did try to get more into Carly Purdy. And really also the communication is that they fall 25-12 in set 2. Give you the start or the time.
It helps you stand out from the rest. The same great service. No setup for new customers, mugs, keychains, and even pens. Check out.
And he loves his team. Or text runs.
Customers over the years for voters and more. If you need over the years and for voting them #1 in
game wrap up. Quick Stop. Never close.
Fall to and a bit about how the game kind of felt as they'll take on Bennington after the conclusion. An hour, maybe even less, to get fully prepared for that Bennington out of this Invitational with a victory.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, hey, I'm a fan of quarter break. Hopefully, I mean, you never know. This game could be a marathon and go. I hate cliches. You know I do.
I know you do.
You got to talk, put it all behind. Just, man, we haven't won a set. You got to believe you're going to win the next set. And let's go. Let's win the first set. And then we'll conquer the second set when we get to it.
Again, you hate cliches as well, but 1 foot at a time. 100%.
All right, come on. It's unrealistic.
Getting into Scott's philosophy. But yeah, again, really 1 foot in front of the other. Slap you in the face with those Bulldogs against Bennington. You just got to go back to the basics. Go back towering front line as Millard West. So you can already execute that assault at the front of the net. And the last game win where they just nothing went right and everything just seemed like, again, like
for the Dogs today, it's been tough to find to get those breaks. It's been more the most important thing you can do if you're Coach Hammond. Hardest thing to coach,
specifically when the team, is teams like that. That's what kind of
not to do so much.
That's what you love to hear. You're going to have some good long conversations.
This isn't good enough to make a guess. Thumbs. I remember when I first sold out, we'd go to Shopko, we'd go here, we'd go everywhere that possibly had a video. Thumb was literally locked in the AB button position. She back in the day beat Zelda, beat all the Marios.
Whoa. Let's see here. What time is it right now? 1:38, and they start in 2 minutes, so maybe around the top of the 3 stream. Watch the live stream. Eagle video streams on YouTube, but most of
got to say, make sure you tune in to the next game so you can see how packed times. The last one just put me over the edge.
Boy, did I say Aries?
Aries. Another one right now. And a hash brown. I could. God, so.
Cup.
Your health.
sports presentation. It's time for North Platte High Volleyball on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM and video live stream at northplattpost.com. Bulldog Volleyball, brought to you in part by Shelter Insurance, the Shelter Boys, Pete Bowles and Brent Rogo, Dave's Place and CT Troubleshooters, Another Round in River's Edge Golf Course, Premier Toyota, and Sand Hills State Bank. Today's game also brought to you in part by Larry's Glass, the D&N Event Center, Great Plains Health, Great Plains Home Care, Larry's RV, Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, and the North Platte Public Schools. Now let's take you to the Gem with play-by-play voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome back, everybody, to Kearney High School for the Kearney Invitational. I'm Paxton Gordon. Scott Carlson, as always, sitting right to my left today. Well, he's been at my left the whole day today through all three, well, two games to our point. To the left, not to the right, but he's here to the left of me for all of our games, now including game number 3 between the Bulldogs and the Badgers, the Bennington Badgers, taking on North Platte High School Bulldogs. Bulldogs 0-2 at the moment. Badgers, I would assume 1-1 if I had to guess correctly, taking on each other here. Quick stop pre-game. Hey, we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we'll give you our Double Dips starting lineup right before the game time right here. FM 98.1 AM 1410 and live streaming northplattpost.com.
Let your friends at the UPS store help you out. You name it, the UPS store can handle it. It's a full printing store with custom printing, laminating, and personalized calendars. And the UPS store helps make document destruction easy. When it comes to office supplies, printing, packaging, shipping, incoming mail, and shredding, it's all in one place. Come see Melissa and her crew and let them handle it all for you. South of Walmart in North Platte.
Planning a special event, whether it be a wedding, concert, sporting event, convention, or anything else, the D&N Event Center can handle it all. The D&N Event Center is the biggest event center in North Platte. This building is perfectly suited for anything from small gatherings to major events. Rent just one small room or book the entire facility. The choices are endless at the D&N Event Center, your home for exciting events, special moments, and precious memories. Call today to make your reservation at 534-0255.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
It's a stampede. Snorting bulls, piercing horns, and twisting bronco busting action. It's all charging into the Wild West Arena, September 16th and 17th, and you don't want to miss the ride. The Mid-Plains Community College Stampede. The best cowboys and cowgirls in the Great Plains, competing against the best stock the industry has to offer in 2 frenzied performances. Action begins at 7 p.m. each night. Tickets are $10 at the gate. It's the Mid-Plains Community College Stampede. Let's ride.
North Platte, as you listen on KWOQ North Platte 1410 AM and FM.
Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Welcome back to Kearney High School for the Kearney Invitational. We got Ava Schmatterer. There we go. I got that one. Your report hard can't do it.
No.
Kate Spree, Peggy. They got Caitlin Siebsack. I forgot. I screwed that one up.
Liebsack?
Keaton Liebsack, and then Maddie Ulier. And then on the side, Abby Kaminsky, Mickey Madison, Nora Weir, and then Kaylee Barocious. We're just about a minute away here from the openings.
Edge and your sports bar at Rivers Edge.
To BX and LO1 Series utility vehicles, where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer.
V3 or online at npkubota.com.
Scott, last game was one of those games as they fell, unfortunately, to we talked about in our post game that they kind of needed to, I would say, do
warfare is what sports is, man, and most of that is with yourself and within yourself, and that's a crazy thing. But yeah, you're right. I think you should forget a loss. I think you should learn from a loss. I think loss is gay for him here.
That's what you'd like to see. Last to come, Olivia Mock. A point. Maddie Ulier couldn't get it. As she put her hand game, how daunting of a front three they had. Seems again, Bulldogs really like to getting front three like the Wildcats had a game ago. Couldn't really get it done as that. So Bulldogs get a point, and now up comes, of course, Hallie Hamilton.
Playing some ball.
And that's what you like, because when a game like last game, an opponent, you would sort of feel tensed up and kind of stressed. This game is received on the side. There's Purdy from a weird angle, able to get it across. As Uling trying to get something.
Yeah, and if you go back to the Millard West game, one of the big challenges for the Dog was their speed at the net.
Is going to get in, but 2 hits can be called by the keen observer.
Watching a lot of volleyball, officiating a lot of volleyball.
By Tilford in the back, and it's going to be tipped down for an easy point. Lauren Busby up front. Bulldogs looking for revenge to at least get one game or a consolation game here in a little bit, as that's coming in from, hit it onto the other side out of bounds. 6-2 now. And you're talking about the speed and a point, but you can still see they got, even after playing 3 games, still keeping the legs.
But they don't look tired to me. They don't look draggy.
That's going to hit to another point for the Badgers, but that's what you as much as you want to. You see it in basketball with a 3-point shot at times as Purdy will get the serve on the other side. Wow, Badgers are in some trouble. They need to get it over, and they will do on the poor setup. So far, we've been talking up how good they are out there, but just seems like the points aren't falling.
Getting those little breaks, seen a lot of timing issues with the Bulldogs, and again, I think a lot of it's they tend to kind of lose confidence at points in matches, and
it's sometimes so daunting. Specifically now when you're 0-2, you don't want to go 0-3. So sometimes not only would Bulldogs so far in this Invitational accustomed to being down, but have worked their way back in a lot of them as that gets on over to Uling. Now she's got to get it over on the third, out of bounds. 9-3 now, and then just come some of the Seabree. Seabree with a high service spike, and they're going to say Badgers. 10-3 now here, set number 1. Still up Seabree. On the far side comes Tilford trying to get it in, and she does nearby with national so far is with
Abby Kaminsky.
Kaminsky gets it over and a full 5. She had that little with the power getting it to the back line. 6 now.
Yeah, there we go. Some good things.
And that's a point. We've been talking all day about, the trade-off between, getting it in and just, getting it across to set something up or trying to find that power. It seems like Kaminsky has found the right sort of power and lightness. That one almost gets in for another ace, but tipped up. Now the Bulldogs look to establish their offense. Here comes Tilford spiking to the block at the point of attack from Liebsack. Far side now. Brocious' hit just out of play. That's now a point for the Badgers. 11-7.
Right idea, though, just trying to find that line, seeing that they left it open for her, just placement a little bit out.
And that's what you like to see, again, from some of these younger players, is just their, even the older players, too, still knowing that but what you like to see is their ability to recognize, as we just said, miscommunication there, but it's good to see that they're recognizing where the defense is and see if they can squeak something by, even if it's off by a little bit. Being able to recognize that is just so important.
Right.
And then on the other side, more miscommunication leads to a free Badger point. That received by Tilford, and even more miscommunication. Back-to-back plays where miscommunication costing the Bulldogs 2 free points. Now 13-7. Still now up to serve Maddie Ulier as Purdy will receive it. The set in the middle. There you go from Tilford. Double hits it in now. As his second chance effort comes in on the side of Taylor Olson, finding the gap in the defense in the back right. That's now a 7-point advantage, is now checking back in for the Bulldogs. Nora Weir. And out comes Kaylee Brocious. So again, Ulier going to serve it for a second time. Purdy receives. Set to the middle, and a nice tip by Tilford to get it to the back line, and now here comes the other side of the Badgers off the front of the net. Hamilton. Now the far side, Weir tries to slam it on down, but just comes awkwardly off of her hand with no momentum, and it'll fall off the net flat for a Badger point. 15-7 now.
Yeah, usually a sign that you took your eye off the ball. That old keep your eye on the ball, but that's when it comes off the top of the fingertips like that, typically looking ahead into the attack zone.
Purdy will get the low serve, back to the far side. That one spiked down coming in from Belgium, but blocked once again up front.
Oh, the net foul.
They're calling net foul. That'll fall the way once more. Again, a point towards the Badgers, and a timeout called by Clancy Hammond and the Bulldogs. They currently trail 16-7, so we'll take a quick break. We come back, we'll get you more action right out of this half. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Thanks for listening to the Quick Stop pregame show. They have 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop. Game time is just moments away on FM 98.1.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life. Like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
Welcome back to Kearney High School for the Kearney Invitational. Tilford again to the back line, trying to get something up for this Bulldogs offense. Purdy with the save. Hamilton, and now just has to get it over is Tilford. Now here comes the other side, the Badgers. In the middle, spiked out Purdy with a nice dive. Keeping it alive, a nice rally, but unfortunately for Kylie Tilford, smacking it right into the net. Another point, now up 10 are the Badgers, 17-7. And now checking in another as Callie McLean. No, not John McLean, but some close to that line. Callie McLean.
John McLean or McCain?
Is it McCain? I forgot.
Senator?
Well, no, I was talking like Live Free, Die Hard, John McClane.
Okay, sorry.
That's what it's like as Purdy.
You're on Bruce Willis. I was on.
You're on John McCain, the former senator, as that falls out of play off of Purdy's hand for Badger point. Still up here, Maddie Ulier. We're a dynamic duo, I'm telling you. We're firing on all cylinders today.
Wait, tell me you're at the end of a long day of volleyball today.
without telling me. Is Purdy going to get to receive? Far side now, there's Weir. And
net foul
they're saying net foul on Bennington. That was a good strike, though, coming in from Nora Weir.
Yeah.
And now up to serve, here comes Izzy Belgium. Bulldogs down 10. This is where they get that turnaround started. Good serve, and it can be picked up, unfortunately. Missed on the side by Belgium. It was one of those ones where it bounces off of the opponent's arm and gets back into your territory, but nobody there to really capitalize as Belgium tried from the serve line to get all the way to that open hole. Couldn't convert, so another point going the way of the Badgers. 19-8 as up to serve comes Evan Olson. Again, set number one, if you would watch how either side is playing, you wouldn't necessarily could tell it was almost a 10-point advantage for one side, because either side playing super competitively and just full of energy. Just again, the ball and just the luck falling the way of the Badgers, as that was a great power hit. I believe that one was coming off of Mickey Madison.
Yeah, that's Mickey. Mickey got up on that one and hammered it. Like it. Love it.
Blew it past two Badger defenders. Two Badgers defenders on the far side. And now here come the Bulldogs up to serve. Kylie Tilford gets to the back line. The set. Far side once more. Set. Spike down. It's going to hit the antenna. Another point for the Bulldogs. 10-9 now.
10-19.
What did I say, 10-9?
Yeah.
Also tell me you're not at the end of a volleyball tournament without telling me.
Drink that water. You didn't even touch the water.
I know, but because I have my hydro flask. I'm going to drink it on the way back, and that's stuffed at the point, but squeaks past both the Bulldog defenders up front for a point. The Badgers now 20-10. Set number 1 is now checking in for North Platte, Grace Ryland. Short, Ryland's going to jump forward and get it. Set towards the middle. Madison, the swinging on, but picked up by Ulier. And now the other way, the Badgers with it. Blocked at the point of attack. That time by Madison. Again, almost blocked at the point of attack. And they're going to say, underneath the netting, another point going towards the Bulldogs. I didn't see on the side of Bennington who went under, but a free point. And now here comes the other way with it, up to serve Trinity Vac. 20-11. Now the Bennington lead to the back line. It goes with that serve. Pretty strong hit, and now towards the center. They just have to get it over after a poor offensive setup. Now the Bulldogs look to convert. There goes Purdy, but hit and served and picked up Olsen, able there to stop it. She's going to slam it back down, and oh my gosh, the Badgers able to get it over, and Purdy's there to capitalize on the confusion and just the overall craziness of that go-around. 20-12.
Back and forth and over and under.
But again, it's just about how you finish, and Purdy emphatically put it down for another North Platte point. And now here comes the side of the Badgers setting up once more, tipping it in, but there's Purdy to equalize it, set it down. Cross court, picked up by Uhling, and now Badgers will reset up. On the near side spike blocked by Purdy, but fortunately Hamilton couldn't get there in time. And now it's 21-12. Another possession here for the Badgers is away with it goes Seabury, that's out. Point 21-13 as now checking back in. Should be Izzy Belgum as out goes Nikki Madison. Hamilton gets a nice soft serve. Oh, that one was trending towards falling perfectly. If it got over the netting, just a little too soft on that serve from Hamilton, and now 22-13. Up to serve now comes Ava Schmaderer. And out goes Evan Olsen for the Badgers. 22-13 in set 1. Schmaderer gets it across. Hamilton's going to receive it in the back line. Set to the far side to Purdy, who tips it. It tips off of a defender. Should have been a double hit in my eyes, but not going to call it. And now the Bulldogs are reset up. Uhling hits it and then picked on over by Belgum, and now trying to block it at the point of attack. It squirts right past Trinity Vac's outreached arm. 23-13.
Just gave them too many chances, did the Bulldogs, and that deep corner wide open.
Still up to serve Schmaderer for her second. 23-13. Hamilton receives in the back line. The set to the middle. Purdy slams it down, but they're going to be picked up. Nice diving effort. I believe that was by Seabury, and now it was set up another Bulldog possession. Spiked off the tip. Belgum there, and now up the middle. Small tip. So confusion, and Belgum gets it over, but they're going to say 2 hits.
Lift.
Or a lift on her side. Either way, it's going to fall for a point to the Badgers. 24-13 now. Schmaderer once again, this is her 4th serve. Gets it across. And they'll just get back over on the side of the Badgers, but now Bulldogs have to get over one more attempt. There's Purdy. And now the far side spike down. Good block from Bulldogs. Uhling as well as Belgum gets to the back line. Grace Ryland able to get it. And there's no communication on trying to run that down, but that'll do it for the 25th point. Bulldogs fall in set number 1, 25-13. Here again, set number 1, the last game of the day for North Platte High School Bulldogs. They fall in this one in 1 set, though, to the Bennington Badgers. We come back, we'll give you set 2 right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
Distinction is important. It helps you stand out from the rest. So why not establish yourself with exceptional personalization from Willow Creek Embroidery? Willow Creek Embroidery has moved to a new location with a bigger showroom and the same great service. No setup for new customers when ordering 12 or more apparel items. They can customize literally anything, and they are not just an embroidery shop. Promotional items, banners, cups, mugs, keychains, and even pens. Check out the new owner, Robert, and the crew at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys.
Hi, this is Lori from Double Dips, and I just want to say thank you for another successful summer. And we're celebrating 3 years in business, so thank you. Come in after school for your ice cream treat or a boba drink. We now have all of our flavors back in stock. Open Tuesday through Sunday, and remember, Double Dips Ice Creamery is your dessert destination downtown in the Canteen District of North Platte, Nebraska.
Come on in, we'll roll up our sleeves. There's a lot of work.
Kevin and Greg at Select Abbey Carpet and Tile have over 30 years combined experience in the flooring business. Pick out the carpet or flooring you like and leave the rest to them. They'll take you from, oh my, I need a new floor, to wow, my floor looks awesome.
If you want the job done right, we're ready for you.
You'll love the ending when you start at Select Abbey Carpet and Tile, 501 East Francis, North Platte.
Welcome back to Kearney High School, Kearney Invitational. Scott Carlson and myself. Bulldogs fall in set number 1 to Bennington, 25-13. And Scott, I think you could agree with me, that was just a weird game in the sense of the score doesn't really represent the type of effort as well as just play that was presented on the court. It felt like that game was actually much closer than it appeared.
Yeah, it did. I mean, hey, we talked about it. The Dogs looked relaxed, and there's just little runs made by Bennington. The Dogs didn't match them, and that's how this game goes.
And sometimes the ball just fell into Bennington's, like the points just favorably sometimes fell into Bennington's possession in terms of sometimes just luck. And it seems like that last game has just been blanked out of the minds because the Bulldogs playing with a much more aggression. Yeah, they had those 2 back-to-back points given up of just miscommunication, probably not even communicating at all or just getting a little confused. But seemed like that 25-13 score just didn't represent what was actually going on the court. But Bulldogs will now get the serve off. That one coming off of Trinity Vac. Now here come the Badgers from the back line. That one's going to be Olsen. Ryland. Hamilton just has to get it over following the running out of hits. Now to the middle, smack down. That one coming in from Olsen, but again, Bulldogs now going to set their offense up as Purdy gets blocked at the front of attack. Badgers are now on their third hit, trying to get it across and way out of play. That one, Evie Howard just way too hard, and it goes way out, soaring the back. It's 1-0 now for the Bulldogs. Again, they trail to 1 set against the Badgers, 1-0. Again, best of 3. Serve from Vac will get in. Some quick sporadic sets, and then a light tip coming in from Howard. Good diving outreach. Grab, I believe that was from Ryland. And there's Carly Purdy. Going to tip it off of a Badger finger, and a point for the Bulldogs. Again, 2-0. Much better start here in this set. Again, their first lead of the game against the Bennington Badgers. Vac to the back line. Poor receive. That's going to have poor old Maddie Uhr run through it to catch it. But on the other side is that's it gets it across. Not a good possession from the Bulldogs.
Oh, found it. Darn.
That soft spot. Taylor Olsen not really aiming, it seemed like, anywhere with that hit. Just was lucky enough to find a spot just far enough away from a Bulldog defender, and that's the first point for the Badgers.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she saw that deep corner wide open. The coverage for the Bulldogs was pulled up tight, and that just left that whole huge corner open. Nice little push set back there.
Olivia Mock now up to serve as Hamilton receive. The mid-set to Purdy, blocked at the front of attack. Lauren Busby fortunately stuffed Carly Purdy on her attack. With that, another point towards Bennington, 2-2 now. Mock another back serve. They'll get to the back line to Euling. And Madison gets blocked to the front of the tag, that time by Howard. Now Hamilton just has to get it over and unfortunately bounces off of her arm a little too cross-eyed, and that one's going to hit the net. 3-2, Badgers lead here in set 2. Serve gets to Euling in the back line. The set from Ryland, and there's Purdy.
Yeah.
There she goes. She got the jump and got the advantage over Lauren Busby. And because of that, she's able to blow it past then many different Badger defenders. That seems like the key to the success from Carly Purdy in this game. If you can get it past Busby, then it's pretty much a free court any which way.
Yeah, got a good set to look at, did Carly Purdy, and able to rise up on it.
Well, unfortunately, there's Lauren Busby, just speaking of it, as she blows one just barely out the outreach hand of Grace Ryland. That's a point back the other way to the Badgers. Now up to serve comes Kate Seabury. Seabury gets one to Ryland in the back line. The set or tip coming in, almost caught Badgers just off guard, but now they're going to set their offense up, and it's going to find the mark. Maddie Ulier finds one just past the outreach hand of Grace Ryland again. That's a point for Bennington, 5-3 now.
Yeah, again, found that far back line. Couldn't have gone any further. It was literally on the line. Just a great shot.
Great shot.
Hard to defend.
Hamilton receives the serve. The back on over to Purdy. Gets double stuffed.
It's out.
They're going to say it's out as it touched the antenna. Point goes the way of the Bulldogs. It was double stuffed by both Busby as well as Taylor Olson. But because of it being stuffed like that, just touched the antenna. Point for the Bulldogs, 5-4. As speaking of which, Carly Purdy now up to serve. And unfortunately, that one just hits the top of the net. Games 2, and then her first serve in this one haven't been the best. Purdy from the service line, not having her best day, but you have to say every other which way, she's been pretty good and really been kind of the spark plug for this Bulldogs team whenever they need at least something to start going their way. Some tough sets that Tilford just has to get on over from the Bulldogs side, as there's Busby again, finding the soft spot between both Trinity Vack as well as Carly Purdy on the left side. As now on comes Nora Weir to sub in for Kylie Tilford. Now back up to serve here, Ava Schmatterer. 7-4 lead for Bennington. Euling gets it, but Hamilton just has to hit it off on the third hit. Too far. Surprise tip coming in. Good awareness coming in from Vac to get that set up. Then Purdy from the back line spikes it on over. Busby going to spike that one out of bounds. Tried again to try to bend it towards the far side of the court to see if she can sneak one in, but just too much power behind it and it flies out of bounds. Point to the Bulldogs, 7-5 as Abby Kaminsky comes up. Last game was the real spark plug to get the Bulldogs some nice quick points on the board. Looking to continue that momentum with this one. It gets to the back line again with power, and it'll fall into the stands coming off of the hand, I believe, of Kate Seabury. So another point, North Platte 7-6.
There we go. Cream back in. Yeah, you're right. Abby's had a really good day from the service line, and Dogs could sure use her for a little run here.
7-6, another one from Kaminsky, almost reaches in for another ace, but the Badgers just have to get it on over following an awkward setup. Far side, that one from Brocious gets to the back line, and now here come the Badgers to set up on the near side. Off to the front, they're going to say that's 4 hits. It didn't get touched by a Bulldog or across the net. So with that, another point. Hey, we're tied here, 7-7.
Here we go.
As you're saying, you really wanted Abby Kaminsky to get a little run going. She's really been, all besides Carly Purdy, the spark plug from the service line. What great power. Gets to the back line. Seabury has to serve it, and now it's just an awkward setup offensively for the Badgers, and that's a lift coming in on the side of Lauren Busby, and now Bulldogs take their first lead, 8-7.
Yeah, and you said it at the top of this game. It started from the service line when we've seen the Dogs make little runs. It started right here.
That one hits the top of the netting, so now the Badgers just have to get it over, get on some awkward offensive setup. Here's Weir to the far side. That one just gets too far, out the bank, so that's a point now for the Badgers, tied up. But that was really what the Bulldogs needed, though, momentum-wise, was have Kaminsky come in and just start
definitely
flying away with points, and the team will fly behind her, and they really did. Even though it's tied at the moment, 8-8. You can feel now momentum shifting a little bit into the Bulldogs' favor as the Badgers a little dysfunctional on offense. That's blocked at the point of attack. What are they going to say? Violation of some sort?
Yeah, just hit the net on her follow-through a little bit, did Belgium. Just momentum carried her into it.
So now a 9-8 lead is up to serve again. Emily LeSure. Badgers have a one-set lead, 1-0 over the Bulldogs here. 9-8. LeSure gets one across to Hamilton, the back line. The set from Kaminsky on over to Brocious. Good diving effort from Schmatterer. And now crossing it over to the other side. Another opportunity. Bulldogs. That one tipped by Belgium. And now once again, Badgers will set up that one just off of the hands. Carly Purdy. A little late to the rotation. Had to stick her hand out, see if she can get something on it, and did so, but it just fell to the ground. Badgers now 10-8. LeSure gets set and gets the okay from the official. It's the high serve. They'll go right back to Purdy. The set from Weir, but they're going to say 2 hits on it. Another point to Bennington. 11-8 now.
Yeah, it happens. We were out at the college the other night. We saw 2 hits, numerous 2 hits called. It's unfortunate.
Again, you sit there and say it shouldn't be any much easier than just 2 hands on the ball, but just a little bit off, and not only does it get called a violation, but also messes up your own set as LeSure's serve goes all the way out the back. North Platte will get that one. 11-9 now as up to serve comes Izzy Belgium. As out goes Hallie Hamilton. Let's get some rest. Belgium serve to the back line. Good set and good receive, and it bounces off of 2 North Platte defenders. Big slam coming in from Taylor Olson. Dogs had people ready and waiting, but just ricocheted off of 2 different defenders, and that's another point going the way of the Badgers. Up to serve now, Maddie Ulier, and this is where really the damage begun for the Badgers when Ulier was up to serve. The set towards the near side, and there is Seabury just bouncing it off of Weir's arm, and it just falls down for a Badger point. She was in perfect position, but again, you don't have your arms positioned the right way, and it just falls down at the wrong angle and did so for the Bulldogs there. Badgers back in the lead, 13-9. Gets an almost ace, but good dive from Weir. Get it set up. And then some miscommunication on who was supposed to be taking that last third hit, whether it was going to be Kamensky or Weir. Weir thought it'd be Kamensky, hesitated, and then because of that, made a mistake, and now it's 14-9.
Yeah, again, all comes talking. I mean, it seems so simple, but it can solve so many little problems.
Tip coming in from Brocious, almost successful, but good awareness from the Badgers. And then a tip at the front of attack from Brocious to stuff it back. And then stuffed again to the front, that time by, I think, Trinity Vack. Excuse me, that was Mickey Madison who checked in. But it bounced off of her to the ground, 15-9. Is there ever a time where it's actually just too much communication? Where it just kind of is a bit too much?
I don't think you'll hear any coach say that. Honestly, especially in this sport, where, as we talked about the other night, 6 people in this small area.
Over-communicate to the far side. Tip and stuck to the point of attack by Brocious. Now the Badgers have to get it over. And that was a good effort. Again from Madison, got the tip and was hoping that it fell in favor, but unfortunately didn't. So that's a point towards the Badgers. 16-9 now. So with that, we'll take a timeout as well. Bulldogs trailing 16-9. We can come back. More second set action here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Gosh, I am so hungry, but the game is on.
Well, you big lug, get off the couch and get to Dave's Place Pizza and Wings to watch and fill your massive belly.
Well, why didn't I think of that?
Well, just go to Dave's Place.
Dave's Place at 1510 East 4th is the quintessential place to watch the game and fill your belly. Massive or not, pizzas, wings, calzones, and even great meals for the kiddos. Daily specials, too. Call in an order at 532-3922 or order online at davesplacenp.com. DoorDash available too.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmers...
Welcome back to Kearney High School for the Kearney Invitational. Bulldogs taking on the Badgers. 16-9 here in set 2. Badgers up top. Up to serve, Maddie Ulier. I'm just going to get it one of these days. Set from Kamensky, though, and that one to the back line. What a great diving save coming in on the side of Olivia Mock. Couldn't get it, though, on the dive as that one, Nora Weir powering it past two Badgers defenders. And she gets checked off. I think a very good stint from Nora Weir, who we haven't seen too much action-wise until the second game.
Yeah, coming in, the sophomore, and doing some good things today.
Grace Ryland got the serve, and that'll fall in. Fornays after the tip, 16-12 now. There's something you like to see. Again, on the points being generated off the serve. Been the real strength of this invitational for the Dogs as that one gets to the back line. And now the Badgers set up. Just have to tip it, and it'll just fall in again to a soft little cushion that no Bulldog was around as Kennedy Gainsbaum was there to slam it down. Nothing really could do there, just the defense as it was making its rotation, just had a little soft spot and it just lightly fell in. 17-11 is now Evan Olson will serve for Bennington. Olson gets the serve across. Ryland gets to set Kamensky, but it just has to get pushed over by Brocious. Not the cleanest offensive approach. And another one that'll just squeak by from Taylor Olson.
Like someone might have caught the net. It's still bouncing.
Scott Carlson, our official line judge up here, ready to throw the challenge flag down on the court.
Hold up the challenge card.
Oh, is it the challenge card in volleyball? Well, let's get that card rolling. Is it red?
I think it's green. I don't remember.
What?
Red? It might be. It might be red. I don't know.
18-11 is that one. Bounces awkwardly off of Grace Ryland's arm, awkwardly, so now 19-11.
Now all I can think about is if it's...
Now the card.
I don't even care what color it is. I would have never thought of it.
You never think. You brought the card up, and my mind went to soccer, and I was like, "Is it red card?" Because
right? Yeah,
challenge flag
you
is.
don't want that in soccer. Oh, I've seen that.
19-11 as Evan Olson still up to serve for the Badgers. Gets to the back line. Madison sets. Kamensky with the awkward set. Tipped in by Purdy. Oh, what a good dive for Maddie Ulier. Now the spike blocked off of Purdy's arm. It'll fall out of play for a point. Keaton Liebsack there to muster it past Purdy. Again, in perfect position. Just had the arms angled away from the net, and it falls out of bounds for a Badger point. 20-11 now. Evan Olson gets it across. That one picked up by Madsen. Kamensky. Some awkward communication again. Kamensky was thinking there'd be somebody in the middle when there nobody was. Because of that, another point going the way of the Badgers. 21-11 as now checking in comes Paige Ferris for Bennington, but a timeout is called on the side of the Bulldogs. So we'll take a break as well. North Platte trailing Bennington here in Game 3 of the Volleyball Invitational at Kearney, 21-11.
Be happier in your career, and Nebraska DOT District 6 is the place for you. With amazing state benefits, paid time off, insurance, and retirement, plus a great culture with stability and on-the-job training if needed. Positions currently open in North Platte, Big Springs, Ogallala, Lexington, Mullen, Arthur, Hyannis, Stapleton, and Thedford. Like auto diesel mechanics, construction technicians, maintenance workers, and a traffic data collector. Start your career with Nebraska DOT District 6 by applying online at statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
If you're 50 years or wiser, then the Prestige Account at First State Bank is for you. The Prestige Account requires no minimum balance, and there is no monthly service fee.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Kearney as it's 21-11. Now 21-12 for the Dogs as they trail Bennington. Up to serve now comes Trinity Vac. Bulldogs trail by 9. trailing the series 1-0. Good receive from Mock on the near side, and that was spiked, but slammed and blocked. Unfortunately, just squeaked back onto Bulldogs' side. That one, Paige Ferris. Had two defenders there. Nothing you can really do in that situation when it just barely squeaks between the player and the net.
Man, had the triple block set up there, just left a little bit of gap, didn't seal off the net, and enough for it to drop down.
Is there anything you can even do in that situation better? Because I felt
like got to reach out and seal that net off, and not leave any gap, so that if it falls down, it's going to fall down on them.
Following the serve out the back from Mock, here comes Hamilton's serve to the middle. Busby, just inside the line. So that's a point for the Badgers. You're talking about how they've been doing a good job of really pushing for that, very back corner attack where no matter how good a position you have, it'll still get at least something by in that time. That one from Lauren Busby squeaked in. 23-13 now. There's the set. Good receive on the backside. That'll get tipped in from Busby. That one off of Grace Ryland's arm, bounced way back into Badger territory. And Busby just with the easy tip down, 24-13. As now Seabury gets it in. Hamilton. The set to the near side. There is Purdy. Blocked, tipped in, but Busby and the Badgers will set it up. Busby again bounces off of Hamilton's arm. Bulldogs just have to get it across. What a great play from the North Platte High School Bulldogs to keep it, and then they'll get that point.
Yeah, great play. Trinity Vac just concentrate. Those coming out of the rafters are hard to judge, and great job there.
Took a little bit of a lucky Bulldog bounces. Looked like it was going all the way to the wall. Bounced off the top of the ceiling into favorable Bulldog territory, and they were able just to successfully get it across and get a point. So now it's only a 10-point advantage, 24-14 as Purdy gets it across. Far set, spike down, that just finds the mark. Coming in, Evie Howard. And with that, that is how the game shall unfortunately end for the Bulldogs as they fall here in this game to the Bennington Badgers. In that set, that one was, what was the score, Scott? I wasn't written it down.
That last one, I think it was 12. Was
25,
12 or 13?
25-13 if I remember correctly.
It was 13.
So Bulldogs lose, and this will get you going.
As soon as I click to get to 25, it automatically resets. So. Mr. Alberry, former North Platte, the graduate at North Platte High, longtime staff member at North Platte, with North Platte Public Schools. He cleared that stuff fast. I'm going to go.
Yeah, he did clear that stuff fast.
So
25-13, the Bulldogs fell in set one, and then 25-13, they fell here in set number 2. Now, Scott, unfortunately, Bulldogs go 0-3 here in this tournament. They fell in game number 1 to Lincoln Southeast 25-20, and then 25-22 in set 2. Then took on Millard West in game 2 and fell 25-17, 25-12. And then here against Bennington and the Badgers, they fell 25-13, 25-13. You look at it and say, as the games got on, the scores and the offense didn't produce, got lower and lower. I just think, again, you just take out that middle game between Millard West, and overall, I have to say there were some really good highlights for this Bulldog squad. What were some of the things that you like to see that you saw from this team today?
Yeah, well, I think we saw good things. We saw them start slow this morning and overcome that, and that's hard for teams to do. A lot of times you get yourself in a little slump, a little hole. It's hard to get out of it. So that's good things. We saw a lot of great defensive play. We saw great offensive play, good stuff hustling. So Dogs worked hard. Hey, it wasn't because they came out and didn't try, didn't give it their all. It's frustrating. It's a hard day, man. It's a hard day when you just can't. You feel like nothing's going our way, you know. That serve hits the net. For them, it would have hit the net and dropped over, things like that. So, man, that's why coaching's tough. Coaching's tough, man. You gotta come back from that.
And then you got to talk, and then, of course, some of the bads we talk about. Communication, again, another issue. Had many instances where free points were just given over because either there was a lack of communication or just confusion on the court of who needed to be where at what point, which, again, just comes down to just talk more. And we can sit there and be like, oh, that should be super easy to do if they come across and just were able to talk more. But one of those things you can work on. Season's still a long way to go, and then we'll continue to work on it. Something that I, of course, really love and continue to hopefully see in the future is just that serve. They were so productive in terms of creating offensive opportunities from the serve today against all three opponents, and that was really what got their offense rolling, is specifically against Millard West. Whenever, it was tough to really get anything past those really tall defenders, the serve was a key factor of how they were at least to get some momentum back onto their side, and because of that, get some momentum going for them, and continued on in game number 1 and then game number 3. So look to see that continued on. But let's get to our sponsors before we dip out of here. We'll see you guys next Tuesday for Scottsbluff softball doubleheader for the Bulldogs varsity softball team. So thank you to our premier sponsors today. Another Round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. Dave's Place Pizza and Wings on 1510 East 4th Street. Dave's Place is a family fun restaurant. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out or deliver with DoorDash. Order online at davesplacemp.com. Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, Juanita, Bassett, Valentine, and many more. Go to sandhillsstate.com for a full list of services and locations. CT Computer Services, your IT guy since 2005. Your one-stop shop for computer services as well as services just for your computer in general. And Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota offers Toyota Care maintenance plans. Premier Toyota. Let's go places. And thank you to our video sponsor for today, Allo Communications. Go to allofiber.com to learn all about all the different fiber options that Allo has. Scott, any final closing words you have here to wrap a bow on this Kearney Invitational?
Hey, man, you know what? Long day for the Bulldogs, and time to go back home, take a day off, and get back at it.
Get back to the grind.
Get back to the grind.
For me, just a lot of good things that the team can really take away and try to keep hammering home. But at the same time, some things that you just need to sit down, take a glance at, and be like, this is where we can work on. Do it. Still, long time to go in this season. But for Scott Carlson and myself from the Kearney Invitational, I'll say thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you on Tuesday. Scottsbluff doubleheader for girls varsity softball at the high school from Dowhower. I'll see you all down there on Tuesday.
If you're 50 years or wiser, then the Prestige account at First State Bank is for you. The Prestige account requires no minimum balance, and there is no monthly service fee while earning interest. Get unlimited deposits and withdrawals. Finally, being 50 years or wiser really does pay off. Come see one of our friendly customer service representatives to learn more. First State Bank, member FDIC, on the corner of Willow and Rodeo Road.
Terms and conditions apply. For more details, visit or call your